Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our devotional this morning, which is based on our investigation called Who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? We are studying through the book of John to answer the question that Jesus has been asking now for a long time. It started with this question to the disciples, but Jesus still asks this question today. And that question is, who do you say I am? And we all have to be able to answer that question. Some people say he was a great teacher. Some people say he was a rabbi, a healer. All types of answers have come to that question. But I think really the real answer is for yourself, who is Jesus Christ? And so we are doing this devotional for the month of February to answer that question. And we're doing it through one of the Gospels written by the Apostle John, who talks and shares with us the story of Jesus and his ministry. So before we get into our lesson this morning, there are three things that I'd like for you to do. Number one, I'd love for you to hit the share button. Let me tell you why we're hitting the share button, not for views and numbers. We're hitting the share button because we want to help our friends, family, co-workers, everybody we know understand who they are and whose they are. See, when I understand who I am and whose I am, the purposes of God becomes clearer to me. That means the reason why I'm here and the gifts, talents, and potential that God has given us all begins then to line up with the calling of ministry that he's given us all. So please hit the share button. The second thing I'd like for you to do is to download the Good Seed Ministries app. The Good Seed Ministries app is our brand new digital platform that we created during the pandemic so that, number one, we can stay in touch with you, but also to give you supplemental tools to help you grow spiritually. Inside of this app is a powerful Bible that you can carry in your hand. It's loaded with all of the translations, study programs, and study guides that you can use to go through the Bible and to go to different types of training to grow spiritually. Also, there is a media tab on the bottom bar of the app. In the media tab, you'll find all of our recordings, past recordings, and even you can follow the devotionals right there. We also have planned some workshops, conferences, and seminars that will also be available on the Good Seed app. Now, it's available for Android and iPhones, which means you can go to Google Play or the App Store and type in Good Seed Ministries and download the app right there. Or we have set up a way that you can download the app, real simple, through text message. Take a look at this video real quickly and it will show you how to download the Good Seed Ministries app. Now that's how you download the Good Seed Ministries app. Real simple. You can go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, type in Good Seed Ministries, or you can go directly and put a text message together. Now the how to do that from the video is right there in your comments section. You can follow the comments section, and by text message you can download the Good Seed Ministries app. The third thing is we'd love for you to have our free devotional, which goes with our study of who is Jesus. So again, you can get this devotional. We read it each day as we go through the chapters, but you can get it by text message. By opening up your text messages, put one word in there, and that's the word Jesus. Text that to 832, area code 753-6613. Again, area code 832-753-6613, and that is right there in the comments sections as well. And we'd love for you to do it. So when you do the text, follow those blue links, click on them, and the devotional will actually be sent to you by PDF that you can read from your phone. You can print it out like I do, and you can go through it every day with us as we go through the chapter. So again, download the devotional. So today we are on chapter 5 of the book of John, chapter 5 of the book of John. So let's be ready to read, and this is from the Common English Bible Translation. Let's take a peek of chapter 5 of the book of John.
Later, Jesus went to Jerusalem for another Jewish festival. In the city near the Sheep Gate was a pool with 5 porches, and its name in Hebrew was Bethesda. Many sick, blind, lame, and crippled people were lying close to the pool. Beside the pool was a man who had been sick for 38 years. When Jesus saw the man and realized that he had been crippled for a long time, he asked him, "Do you want to be healed?" The man answered, "Lord, I don't have anyone to put me in the pool when the water is stirred up. I try to get in, but someone else always gets there first." Jesus told him, "Pick up your mat and walk." Right then the man was healed. He picked up his mat and started walking around. The day on which this happened was a Sabbath. When the Jewish leaders saw the man carrying his mat, they said to him, "This is the Sabbath. No one is allowed to carry a mat on the Sabbath." But he replied, "The man who healed me told me to pick up my mat and walk." They asked him, "Who is this man that told you to pick up your mat and walk?" But he did not know who Jesus was, and Jesus had left because of the crowd. Later, Jesus met the man in the temple and told him, "You are now well, but don't sin anymore, or something worse might happen to you." The man left and told the leaders that Jesus was the one who had healed him. They started making a lot of trouble for Jesus because he did things like this on the Sabbath. But Jesus said, "My Father has never stopped working, and that is why I keep on working." Now the leaders wanted to kill Jesus for 2 reasons. First, he had broken the law of the Sabbath, but even worse, he had said that God was his Father, which made him equal with God. Jesus told the people, "I tell you for certain that the Son cannot do anything on his own. He can do only what he sees the Father doing, and he does exactly what he sees the Father do. The Father loves the Son and has shown him everything he does. The Father will show him even greater things, and you will be amazed. Just as the Father raises the dead and gives life, so the Son gives life to anyone he wants to. The Father doesn't judge anyone, but he has made his Son the judge of everyone. The Father wants all people to honor the Son as much as they honor him. When anyone refuses to honor the Son, that is the same as refusing to honor the Father who sent him. I tell you for certain that everyone who hears my message and has faith in the one who sent me has eternal life and will never be condemned. They have already gone from death to life. I tell you for certain that the time will come, and it is already here, when all of the dead will hear the voice of the Son of God, and those who listen to it will live. The Father has the power to give life, and he has given that same power to the Son. And he has given his Son the right to judge everyone, because he is the Son of Man. Don't be surprised. The time will come when all of the dead will hear the voice of the Son of Man, and they will come out of their graves. Everyone who has done good things will rise to life, but everyone who has done evil things will rise and be condemned. I cannot do anything on my own. The Father sent me, and he is the one who told me how to judge. I judge with fairness, because I obey him, and I don't just try to please myself. If I speak for myself, there is no way to prove I am telling the truth. But there is someone else who speaks for me, and I know what he says is true. You sent messengers to John, and he told them the truth. I don't depend on what people say about me, but I tell you these things so that you may be saved. John was a lamp that gave a lot of light, and you were glad to enjoy his light for a while. But something more important than John speaks for me. I mean the things that the Father has given me to do. All of these speak for me and prove that the Father sent me. The Father who sent me also speaks for me, but you have never heard his voice or seen him face to face. You have not believed his message because you refuse to have faith in the one he sent. You search the Scriptures because you think you will find eternal life in them. The Scriptures tell about me, but you refuse to come to me for eternal life. I don't care about human praise, but I do know that none of you love God. I have come with my Father's authority, and you have not welcomed me, but you will welcome people who come on their own. How could you possibly believe? You like to have your friends praise you, and you don't care about praise that the only God can give. Don't think that I will be the one to accuse you to the Father. You have put your hope in Moses, yet he is the very one who will accuse you. Moses wrote about me, and if you had believed Moses, you would have believed me. But if you don't believe what Moses wrote, how can you believe what I say?
And that's chapter 5 of the book of John. And so let's go through our devotional. Again, I hope that you will download the devotional. You can download it directly by sending a text message. In the text message, put the word Jesus and send that to area code 832-753-6613. It's in the comments section, and you can download it from there. So let's look at our devotional for today, which is entitled, Follow Jesus, Not a Bunch of Rules. Follow Jesus, not a bunch of rules. Religious leaders get angry when Jesus heals a man on the day of rest. They get even angrier when Jesus claims to be the Son of God. For most of John 5, Jesus speaks to the Jews who criticize him for healing the man at the pool of Bethesda on the Sabbath. The Jews had rules upon rules about what good Jewish people could do and not do. One of those rules prohibited any kind of work on the Sabbath. Healing was work, and according to their rules, should be saved for the other 6 days of the week. Allow the absurdity of that to sink in. The religious Jews were essentially saying, how dare you perform a miraculous healing in defiance of Jewish law? How dare you change this man's life on the Sabbath? How dare you end his 38 years of suffering? That can surely wait until tomorrow. Jesus continues to call them out in John 5:39 and 40, where he points out their diligent study of the Scriptures, but their blatant disregard for believing them. Don't we kind of know about that? People who learn the Scriptures but have total blatant disregard on how to live what they read. The whole Bible is about Jesus. Even the Old Testament tells us about God's plan to send his Son to save us. The Jews knew those Scriptures well, but failed to realize Jesus as their fulfillment. John 5:24 says this, Very truly I tell you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life, and will not be judged, but has crossed over from death to life. That's John chapter 5, verse 24. And if we aren't careful, we too can turn our relationship with Jesus into a bunch of rules we follow, a bunch of words we read, and a bunch of songs we sing. Let me say that again. If we are not careful, we too can turn our relationship with Jesus into a bunch of rules where we follow, a bunch of words where we read, and a bunch of songs that we sing. But doing so, we can completely miss Jesus and the miracles he is doing all around us. So in this chapter, here's our questions for today. What can you learn about Jesus from this chapter? And how has Jesus performed healing in your life? I don't know about you, but I've got many stories where I've been healed emotionally, physically, and spiritually by Jesus from this point on. And let me tell you, he's doing a work in me each and every day. And whether you know it or not, he's doing a work in you as well. Our last question is, why is it our tendency to make our relationship with Jesus a checklist of good behaviors? And what changes can we make today to break that cycle? Thank you so much for joining me this morning for our devotional, chapter 5 of the book of John. Again, don't forget, If you're just starting with us today, or if you've missed any of them, pull out your phone, Android or iPhone, go to the Google Play Store or go to the App Store. Type in Good Seed Ministries, download our free app, go to the media section. Under the media section, you will be able to find a folder entitled Who is Jesus? And there you will find all of our videos, starting from this devotional, but not just that one, all of the book of Proverbs that we started at the beginning of the year, Sunday services, Thursday Bible teachings, and we have conferences, workshops, and seminars available for you there as well. Don't forget to hit the share button. Let's help our friends, family, co-workers, everybody we know understand who they are and whose they are, so that the purposes of God will become clearer to them, and they too now will understand the gifts, talents, and potential that God has given them will give them an opportunity to line those things up with the calling that God has for each and every one of our lives. Don't forget, I love you. You can't do anything about it. And don't forget, join me Sunday. We start a brand new series entitled Things That I've Learned from God. There's 4 things I want to share with you that I've learned from God. And we're going to start that this Sunday, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. We stream live. I'll see you on Sunday. God bless you. Have a great day. Don't forget, I love you. There's nothing you can do about it.